sisters, I ask you to consider that tonight the fate of an innocent rests in the heart of a cynic.
Dr. Bauer, are you a believer or professed Christian?
Yes.
Do you believe that prayer changes outcomes?
Yes, though not always in the way we expect.
How powerful do you think prayer is?
It can be very powerful. Some of it will depend on the kind of relationship with God we have, and I guess, how do you define powerful? Prayer may not always give me the answer I want, but that does not mean it's without power.
Okay. Now, do you think that this belief could be a placebo effect? Or do you think that it could actually
I think in some
change us neurochemically?
Well, I think in some people, belief in God, prayer, spirituality can have certain placebo effects on our physiology and psychology. However, that doesn't also mean that you cannot have real supernatural things going on with prayer. So I think it can be a both and. I think for some people, due to habit and enculturation, prayer will have a naturally comforting effect, a bit along that placebo type line, almost a conditioning, like hearing the right song or whatever else. At the same time, that doesn't exclude the possibility of something real going on.
Do you believe that prayer changes outcomes?
Yes.
How powerful do you think prayer can be in a person's life and the outcomes that they result in?
Well, as a Christian, believing in God, I believe God can do anything. So if I pray, then I believe it can do one of two things. Either God will answer the prayer or God is saying no, and in which case, because of my faith in God, I'm able to accept that what I was asking for was not within His will. So I believe it does have a lot of power to change people.
With this change, do you think that our belief is a placebo effect, or do you think that prayer could change us neurochemically to have certain outcomes and behavior?
I don't, because of my faith in God, I don't believe that it's a placebo effect. I believe God is real. I believe He exists. I believe He's all-powerful, omniscient, omnipresent. I believe that when I pray to God, He hears, and I believe that He answers my prayer. So I don't think it's a placebo effect. I think it's real. As far as alterations in my structure in my brain, That I don't know. I'm assuming it's totally possible. Again, God can do all things, and I would guess that if it requires some change in my brain structure, that God would accomplish that, and God would do that. I mean, I do know that some research has been done that we do change our brains when we consistently make a good decision. And so the paths that the nerves run through in our brain, and I'm no scientist or doctor, but I know that that does change our brains. So I would assume that our faith in God could have a similar effect.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
Dr. Andrew Newberg, the director of the Center for Spirituality and the Mind at the University of Pennsylvania, conducted a study of Tibetan Buddhists in meditation and Franciscan nuns in prayer, which showed comparable decreased activity in the parts of the brain that are associated with a sense of self and spatial orientation. He also found that prayer and meditation increase levels of dopamine, which are associated with states of well-being and joy.